The next comment was on why I'm comparing the Venus Project to this film, A Brave New World. And you got to kind of just look at the similarities. That the Venus Project is offering everything free, everything is automated, everything's run by computers. Um, there's definite leaders that are guiding you to come up with it yourself, but it's definitely guided. Um, the comparisons are identical, that in the Brave New World everything is automated, just what they're planning on. They want to build communities. That's exactly what a Brave New World is. You get everything free, everything's technology. They're both the same thing, guiding it exactly down the path that's you know that controlled is exactly what the Venus Project wants. They want to have it all structured by a computer that analyzes whether something should be done or not. Who's the one that's putting in the business rules in this computer system that's judging whether something is right or wrong? Somebody there is claiming to be an expert or a leader, and we're going to be going on that leader that's designing the computer system that we think is the thing that's going to be saying is right, but no, it's the designer of the computer system. And if this guy that was creating the Venus Project was open-minded and was interested truly in creating what he says he wants to create, then it would be created. Like, I see flaws in the system, but they're not able to receive information from me. They get into the name calling, and they definitely are creating their own enemies, because I definitely want change. Anybody that's complaining about the Venus Project wants change. I can't see who doesn't want change, and this is a pretty good, the promises are pretty good, but they don't know how to get there. If they don't know how to get there, that means they have no clue how to create it. And so if they don't know how to create it, then it's just a wish that is using a lot of people to get on board with something that they can only design something that they know, love, and are using and have no intentions of ever changing. And they're definitely going to be heavily influenced exactly the way government is now. They're going to, it's just a very, very scary project right now, because a lot of people would want to go down a dream of everything's free, and just tell me where to go and I'll do whatever it is you need to tell me so that I can live in a free world where everything is free. And the conversation is far from free. It's a lot of name calling, a lot of bashing, a lot of false accusations to even participate in a conversation with them when you're trying to design a system where everybody would be happy in. And that's where the problem lies, is we have zero interest in what actually creates happiness for everybody. It's a presumed thing. They are presuming what would make people happy. They are presuming what would be a perfect world, and they're going to guide everybody down their presumptions of perfection, where us people that are complaining are saying, if I do it your way, you're going to end up killing me, or you're going to do harm to somebody down in my family tree. My grandchildren may suffer from this. So it is very much acting like a cult. um, I don't see it really going any further, because until you can walk the walk, it's a good sign that you ain't who you say you are. And I think there's an awful lot of good people that are wanting change and are participating with the Venus Project, but it's their goodwill and good wishes and the goodness aspect of themselves that are really backing this project up. And um, really making believe that it's a good thing, but they just aren't open to doing a lot more research. There's an awful lot of research to fully understand the Venus Project, and a lot of it makes an awful lot of sense. But there are a lot of questions that they don't want asked. Um, they can't communicate with you because they're still very stuck in a tunnel vision. They can't see, well, if you do this, then this creates that. What are you going to do about that? And that's like a non-issue for them right now. And that's the same situation that we have now, is that we can't look past our noses. It takes a lot more research to design a completely different universe, and that's what the Venus Project's all about, is trying to design a completely different universe. Don't think you just need to read their shit to find out whether it's a good idea. You need to read an awful lot of other shit to know where there's flaws, and I have yet to see anybody in that program do the type of research that I've done. I've researched their shit. I've researched an awful lot of other shit, and I recommend an awful lot of shit, and I'm providing an awful lot of shit. So, um, when anybody else is able to keep up with the amount of information that I have and be able to carry on the conversation, then if I see a flaw, then chances are I see a flaw. If not, it's all about what you want to believe and what path you want to believe. They're promising you don't have to work, everything's free, there's vacations for everybody, life is really good, follow the Venus Project, and then take a look at A Brave New World, because that's very similar to what's going to happen to you. Um, Chances are it could be a lot worse, but regardless, whatever we're doing, there's going to be a lot of flooding, a lot of earthquakes, a lot of the world is going to self-destruct simply because we don't know what we're doing now. We definitely need change. So, like, I would love people within the Venus Project to wake up to, if you're really serious about change, then start doing a lot more research, start educating yourself. Um, the biggest message that I could say is that when you design a perfect system, you win. You get more than what you think you're going to get, because it is about describing, the perfect lifestyle that you want. It's not about working harder. It's a matter of making everything work for you. You are not the loser of this. You don't have to be a slave. You don't have to um, it means that you will live a stressless life, but you will still feel like you have something to contribute. That is the biggest thing, is you think labor and contributing and hating life are all the same things, and it's like, no, find out what you really love doing and get excited about doing what you love doing, and be asking for the opportunity to unfold your dreams. And that's not what the Venus Project is offering. It's taking away opportunities, because there's opportunities that I'm offering that they don't want. There's opportunities that farmers want, but they are being taken away. There's a lot of people that have a potential that would love to unfold while experiencing this Venus Project experience, but the Venus Project is not too open to that. So ultimately, their idea of you having the fun life is their idea of fun and not your idea of fun. And what I'm proposing is, if we all do a lot more research, we can design a perfect system. It is like a world peace. It is where you win, but it is also where everybody else wins. And it is about living um, not a challenging life where your life is on the line, but challenging enough where you enjoy the challenge. Um, but nobody dies, and everybody's happy, and everybody's got something to look forward to. You don't lose when you find out the bigger picture and find out all the flaws, and then participate in that change with as much passion as everybody does have with the Venus Project, because it's those minds. I mean, those are the people that want change more than anything, are people that are participating with these cults participating with the Venus Project. These are the numbers of people that want change. And if we only did it right, it doesn't have to take very long. We can jump into it. That's the whole process, is changing the mindset. And when you change the mindset, then everything systematically changes, and it happens rather fast and can affect a lot more people just because of the 100th monkey concept. But there's a lot of sciences that we could study to create change a lot faster. Again, that's my recommendation. Do a lot more research on the Venus Project, or else be open to hearing where the flaws are and hearing some wild, wild shit, because there's a lot of things that we don't know that's been suppressed. But the human potential is pretty freaking wild. It's been suppressed information, but when you're designing a perfect system, you kind of want to know what the full potential is so that you're not suppressing it, because that's the very problem that we have right now. Hope that answers your question. Peace out.